If you want to see how to achieve this eye look, then keep watching. Thanks for clicking on this video. Maybe you're here because you saw my unboxing of the Smoke Sessions 2 palette, the part 2, or it's the sequel. Okay guys, Melta's been doing a couple sequels this past year. These past couple of years, I should say. They did the Gemini 2. Now they have the part 2 of the Smoke Sessions. So my idea is we're just going to do a really quick little makeup tutorial. First impressions on trying the formula before I have to go to work. If that interests you, then keep watching. Something we're also going to end up trying, because I just unboxed it, is the Party Proof Eyeshadow Primer by ColourPop. I'm running out of primer. I don't know what kind of primer to use. And it says Party Proof, so we're just going to go with the flow here. And hopefully I like it. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't ruin everything. I've already done my complexion, if you can't tell. And I think we're just going to start with one eye, because if I make a mistake, I can just go back and fix the one eye that I messed up, right? So priming the lids is very importante. So that's what I'm going to do. And we're just going to buff in that primer into every corner of the eye. So lash line, and then slowly buff all of that up into the crease and then out towards the brow bone. That just ensures that the eyeshadow's not going to crease. It's going to be pigmented. So far, the primer reminds me of Too Faced primer, which I like. I do love that primer. Or like Urban Decay, similar kind of texture. I think more similarly to the Too Faced one, the Shadow Insurance. Yeah, and it seems blended out. Maybe I'll do a touch more. I do tend to like to layer on more eyeshadow primer. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. I do feel like a nice solid coat is good. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing too much, but I like it. I like this amount. This is what I'm trying to say. This amount of primer. So, looks good. I like that it's clear, which is important. If they're too light, then I look crazy. It's good if I want like crazy pigment on a very bright eyeshadow, then I'll use my Anastasia one, but I like to save that one. This is the palette. In case you didn't come from my other video, this is the palette that we're going to be playing with today. Exciting. Very exciting. We're going to start with this shade right here, Purple Skunk. I do like that kind of plummy brown purple color. Oh, that's so interesting. It comes way more purple. If I can like... It looks way more purple on a brush than it does in the pan. I don't know if it's because there's such chromatic purples in the pan already that it doesn't look as purple, but it's purple. And I almost put it on the wrong eye. I'm gonna start from the inner corner. I'm not really sure where I'm going with this. It's just something quick before I have to go to work, so hopefully it turns out. Otherwise, I will cry about it later. So far the color looks good. It's very pretty, very buildable. Definitely more purple than I was thinking it was gonna be. Like, way more purple, way richer than I thought this was gonna be. So I guess we'll start there. I guess we're doing a halo eye. I don't know, I seem to really enjoy doing halo eyes. Okay, and then we're going to stamp it out here as well. And I did lay down a good amount of powder under my eyes, so that way if I have any fallout, I don't ruin my entire complexion of makeup. Let's see. But a lot of pigment. The first impression so far on the first color I've dipped into, very pigmented. Definitely an unexpected turn of how the color actually is looking on the skin. Like, for sure, it's a little bit less bright or vibrant or chromatic, whatever word you want to use to describe it. But It's beautiful. Very pigmented, easy to blend. It's very dimensional. Like as I kind of blend it out by it, like as I blend the color out from itself, it softens into more of that neutral looking color that's in the pan, which is really interesting. To do a halo eye, we need darkness on the inner corner and darkness on the outer corner. Uh-oh, my cat's back. I had to contain him before I started this video, and now he's here to be a terror. Yep, there he is. Yep. Go with Poppy. Go with Poppy. Yeah, look, he has your mousey. All right. He's playing with his Poppy now. That's good. Okay. So I got a good amount of depth here. I got a good amount of depth there. Do I want to... Maybe I want to drag it to the bottom lash line too. So actually, I'm going to take out that primer one more time because I didn't apply any primer to the lower lash line. We're just going to do a little bit along the lash line. And then, where did I put it? Okay. Buff it out. Alright. I don't know the purpose of making a silly face, but I guess I feel like I'm doing something when I do that. Ugh. So I'm gonna take a Sigma. Hey, what you got? Hey, we did the purple skunk here, and we, you know, applied the depth here on the inner corner, and then we also applied the depth here on the outer corner. I'm gonna go in with purple skunk now, and I'm gonna go in on the lower lash line as well. When I'm doing a halo eye and I want it to be the easiest possible, I like to lay down whatever the lightest color is, transition-wise, that I'm going to use on the eye look first, and then build the depth later. And the cat is back. So following the pattern of here and here, where the color is going to begin and stop in the same point on the top and the bottom of the lid, and also the same on the first third quarter of the eye as well. We want to leave this space blank as possible, so when we go to apply our halo color, it blends beautifully, right? So then I'm actually going to take another brush. I am using a Sigma L4 brush, which is technically a lip brush, but I don't care. I like it for very small detail work. I'm going to go in with Purple Punch next, which is the, so this is Purple Skunk. Now we're going to go in with this guy, Purple Punch. And I'm just going to very carefully, very precisely kind of stamp that into the inner corner of the eye and build it towards the center a little bit and build it upwards. And then do the same thing on the outer corner of the eye. We're gonna stamp that and blend it into the Purple Skunk color. Let's see. I mean, these colors are marrying. I mean, they're all purples, which is, you know, they're easy to marry, but the blend, I'm hardly working the product, and it definitely blends. It's definitely high pigment. It's definitely blending really beautifully. I am wowed again by Melt. What can I say? I'm not surprised. And as I'm stamping and building, it's just getting darker and darker and darker, and it's not relifting at all, which is sometimes an issue with more pigmented eyeshadows or like pressed pigment colors, is that they do tend to like to kind of lift off themselves if you get too much product laid down. I don't have that issue with Melt eyeshadows, I will tell you right now. And then do the same thing on the bottom lash line, the outer third or the outer corner. Let's see how like quick I can do this. Inner third, inner corner. Drag it inwards just a little bit. I'm just gonna reapply some more intensity here. Build it upward. And then I think I'm gonna take a clean duo fiber brush, right? And I'm just going to kind of blend those two together and kind of create a soft outer V. I don't want this eye to be super blown out. I want it to remain more controlled. Hence the smaller brushes that I'm using. I'm not using huge brushes. I probably used a larger brush than most would for packing on pigment for the outer and inner corner of my eye. And I do tend to do that sometimes when I want speed, a little bit of speed for something that I can kind of move and adjust later. So I'm just kind of buffing out these corners and keeping it tight. Okay, we want to keep it tight. Tight and close to the eye, but soften these edges, right? And then I am going to kind of marry very softly above my crease. So when my eye's relaxed and I look directly at the camera and then I lift my eyebrows, you can see that I do have a partial hood happening. So with whatever residual product is on the brush, I'm just going to keep my eye relaxed as best as I can and just marry those two sides with a little bit of like a windshield wiper motion. You can do some small circles, whatever you're most comfortable with. Some people say don't use windshield wiper motions. I think in this situation it's fine. And then some circles here in the inner corner and kind of blend towards the center. Same thing again here, outer corner, and then blend in towards the center. So now you should have this blank space when I'm looking directly at you, the blank space under the eye. And then if I lift my eye, you should see a very soft shadow happening in the crease, which I'm gonna kind of just like accentuate that a little bit because now I can see after I've kind of created that with my eye relaxed, now I can lift my eye and perfect that a little bit. Okay, this is already looking amazing. So for the halo color, I'm really unsure. I don't know what I want to do, but I'm thinking I want to go purple haze. This color right here. Yeah, it's either this one or that one. But I kind of want to use this on the inner corner and use this one on my lid. So I think that's what we're going to do. I have a packing brush here, a dense shader brush by Sigma. It is the Eye Shading E55 brush. And I'm just going to pick up some of that pigment. Beautiful. And we're just going to press it onto the center lid. And that is really pretty. Like I can catch glimpses in the corner of my mirror down here and it's gorgeous. Okay. And you're just gonna pack that on until you have that whole center area shaded. Blend it from the center a little bit out into those matte shades. Okay. So from the center, you want all your pigment and then you want to start blending towards the matte shades. You want to blend these together, essentially, is the goal. And then I do want to bring this purple haze up above my crease a little bit. So I need to look directly into whatever mirror with my eye relaxed, like so. Let's see if I can just like do it here. and then just kind of stamp above that crease spot. So that way when you're looking directly at me at eye level, you can see that there is a shadow or like an eyeshadow happening there. It doesn't totally disappear. That's like the downside to having a partial hood is you have real estate, it just kind of disappears, right? So, because I knew where my hood was from doing it relaxed, then I can go above that a little bit and smooth out those edges. Like so. Now, take that same color and we're going to do it on the lower lash line. I don't know why I make those faces. I have no idea. This is gorgeous. So remember, I'm saying to blend into the shadows, so don't forget to do that. You don't want to go completely over them, but you want to blend them outwards because what we're going to do is blend them back in. We want a nice, smooth, pretty gradient. So now that everything is kind of lining up, we're going to go back in with that darker color, Purple Punch, and re-darken those edges a little bit. And just help create that nice smooth blend of color, because we don't want lines. We can do lines in another look. For this look, I don't want lines. Okay, and then just kind of blend out those corners. Now we're going to go on to the next part, which is just adding the inner corner highlight, and that's what I think I'm going to use Martian Candy for, this shade right here. We're just going to pop that here on the inner corner with a small little brush here. I'm just going to use a domed crease brush. I'm not too stressed about it. Oh. I'm just realizing that my eyeshadow in my eyeshadow palette is actually broken. Because when I went to go press into it, it like shattered. That's crazy to me. Well, it's fine. It'll be fine. So we're gonna do right here, the Martian Candy, just over that tear duct. And then I'm gonna actually swoop it up a little bit so it follows that, whatever you call that, like the upper part of the nose bridge between the eyebrows. I'm just gonna kind of sweep that up with my finger and drag it. Yeah. Which I don't think is totally typical of a halo eye. I feel like they try to keep the spotlights really controlled. But I want a little bit more here. More drama. Definitely more drama. While still keeping that dark spot there. And then I'm just going to touch up my Purple Punch color one more time, just to make sure it's staying nice and rich here. And I low-key want to just take my finger, which is what I think I'm going to do, pat off the excess, and I think I'm just going to put it in my brow bone. And that actually looks really nice. Just like that. With that in my brow bone. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use it as a highlight. Let's do it. I wasn't expecting it to be highlighter friendly, you know? I think that if you have a little bit richer of a complexion, this will work for you as a highlight. And then I think if you're a little bit lighter, it might not work as a highlight. Yeah. I might go over it with another color that's a highlight color to kind of brighten it up a little bit. But I just have a hair in my face. Sorry, I just keep touching a hair. Yeah. That actually looks really, really good. So I'm gonna do the other eye and then we're gonna move on to the next step, okay? I'll be right back. So now that I'm done with the other eye, I'm gonna wipe away this powder that's under my eye so that way I can get rid of all the fallout, because there is a little fallout, which is fine. Happens with like highly pigmented eyeshadow. So I just left like a very like light dusting of powder under the eyes so it doesn't absorb into my eyeshadow foundation that I already applied, foundation and concealer. And I am loving the whole Martian candy as a highlight. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add another lighter color over the top really quick just to kind of subdue, because it is a little bit darker than my skin tone, so I don't want it to look like I have a shadow on my face. What I'm going to use is the shade Apparition from my Nocturnal Blend Bunny palette. And then we can go from there. So I'm going to use Apparition. And we're just going to apply it like so at the very top of the brow bone. It's my cat. Ignore him. He's depressed because I'm making a video instead of paying attention to him. And then I'm going to take a fluffier brush and then just gonna go over where the highest point of my cheekbone is and lay that over the top of Martian Candy. I'm gonna leave the darker Martian Candy on the outer corner by itself, but I am gonna leave these high points or highest points on my face with this lighter color called Apparition. And it's nice because it has like that blue violet shift to it, so it goes with the eye look. What do you think? I think that looks perfect, actually. We're gonna try this curl mascara that I am shitting my pants about, that I'm just really unsure that I'm gonna like it. That's it. So let's just go for it. I don't like waterproof mascara. I don't like lengthening mascara. I like their Supernatural Lash Mascara. So I'm hoping that I like this. But waterproof is definitely not my vibe. You guys, if you can hear my cat, he's tried to tear down for this whole 30-minute video that I made. Well, a couple of videos. I made a few different pieces of content out of this. Look, specifically. But he's tried to tear down my studio the entire 30 minutes. Every time he's let loose, he's trying to tear down my studio. So, first impression is I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I'm more of a volumized girly than I am a curl and lengthening girly. This is giving all of the curl and the length and no volume, which is to be expected. I wasn't expecting anything less. So my expectations were met for what this mascara was saying it would do 100%. If you love waterproof mascara and you love curling mascaras and you need all the length in the world, this is definitely the mascara for you. I, however, already have pretty decently long lashes by myself. Like you can see, they're gonna hit my eyebrows almost. So this isn't something that really caters to what I need. What I truly need is volume. All of the volume. So I don't hate it, but I probably, if they keep this as a permanent mascara in their collection, I probably won't get it again. Or I might get it just to use on my bottom lashes, because Lord knows, the bottom lashes, it doesn't really matter, in my book. The brush itself, I like that it's curled. I like that the bristles are reasonably short on one, let's see if I can it's like a little scoop and it cups. I think it's reasonable. I think it's short, you know, enough to get those little small lashes that, you know, tend to get missed when you use a volumizing mascara. I kind of want to try using this together with my Supernatural Lash Mascara to see if I can get like the best of both worlds, if you know what I'm saying. This isn't like a no from me. This is just a no for me, if that makes any sense. I think that the mascara, the formula is great. My issue many times with lengthening and curling mascaras is that it's far too liquidy, that you can't even properly coat each lash because it's so fluid that the lashes clump together and it gives you this weird, yucky, clumpy, wet eyelash look, and they're messy. This formula is reasonably thick enough that it coats each lash comfortably, while at the same time keeping them separated. And I don't think this is marketed as a separating mascara, but I feel like the formula does keep the lashes separated, and it does kind of fan them out. And maybe it's just how I'm using the brush itself, because I am kind of like fanning out the mascara on the lashes, or fanning out the lashes with the mascara, I should say. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's beautiful. I think that this isn't something for me, but it is for somebody who definitely needs lengthening, curling, and enjoys a waterproof mascara. But I think it's gorgeous. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed this tutorial, give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, and don't forget to smash that notification bell so you don't miss an upload from me. And if you want to hang out, there's some more videos that should be popping up somewhere here on this screen somewhere. But until then, bye.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong.